Hey, Daniel here once again. This is day 7. Definitely going to heaven. Fixing imperfections and receiving all these blessings. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. I think it's about 2 nights now in a row that I don't sleep very well. I'm not here to complain though, man. I'm not here to complain. I leave that up to everybody else. So, I got the train and the highway in the back. Probably just gonna move this. Just move over here. So yeah, I'm in a different park once again. I have a little story for this one too. So basically, day 7, trying to make it to heaven, fix these imperfections in order to receive all these blessings. And I get an amen. So yeah, this is day 7. The train is done. So 2 nights of pretty solid insomnia is what it is, man. Rich people out here, some of these rich people, Elon's and Dan Peñas and Jeff Bezos, some of these people are sleeping 4 to 6 hours a night forever, consistent. That's just their normal. So I'm not here to complain. So I have one thing I want to touch on today. You will be tested. You will be tested. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're going through, whichever way you're trying to better yourself, you will be tested. So I want to start by saying I pretty much made a mistake. I think we should keep these things to ourselves, because when you start telling people basically that you're on the road to improvement, they recognize that you will be on edge in some kind of way. They know. So people might start testing you. You might notice random tests out of nowhere. You might notice people trying to push your buttons, spiritual attacks, or anything, all kinds, all of the above. So one of my best recommendations is definitely keep your journey to yourself as much as you can, because I would say 99% of people don't truly have your best interest. I've always noticed in life, if people don't have the willpower or not in the place where they're ready to change, they're not ready to see you change. Because you're kind of mirroring to them what they're not and what they know they should be and what they know they could be. So it's, yeah, definitely keep it to yourself, because you might start notice people out of nowhere testing you, and you don't need extra pressure when you already have enough things on your plate that you're trying to handle. So that's that. I think, I have a little story. I was in this park maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I don't know if you could see anything. There's a little bit of light. I'm going to start filming these videos during the day, when there's more light out. It's just right now, the way things are and the sleep schedule, it's pretty much around when it gets dark that I have time, or I have a window to do so. So that's that for now. So I was in this park about 6-7 years ago. I had took a little tab, those little tabs, right? The ones that make you hallucinate. So I was hanging around with certain people at that time in my life, and switch up spots. Probably less noise pollution over here. So I've taken one of these little tabs, experimenting with stupid things, if you ask me. It's just unnecessary, you don't need that. So trying to explore the psychedelic realm or whatever, whatever you want to call it. So I was here about 6-7 years ago, and I took that tab. I really wasn't, I never tried that before. So whenever the onset of it was, it was pretty much. It was a pretty shocking experience. I was feeling a little bit. I was feeling a little bit weird in my house, or like it was kicking in or whatever. And then I said to myself, let me roll one up, and go get some fresh air, go to the park, which I did. So I came here, I think it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I came here, and as you can hear, you can hear yourselves, the highway is pretty noisy over here. So I had my headphones in, listening to some Armin van Buuren, State of Trance weekly mix. So I was jamming to some Armin's weekly State of Trance mix, and having a good time, vibing out. So I thought, not for so long. So basically, I rolled one up. I came out here, got some fresh air, change of scenery. So after a point, I think it was 20 minutes or so, I was sitting on the first bench that I was at, right when I started this one. So when I was at that bench, I just sat there. I had my iPod. I lit up my Mary J, and I started smoking away, jamming to my beats, and just getting in that zone, trying to enhance the already super enhanced zone. I was trying to get higher than high. So yeah, that's that. So about 20 minutes in, I just started, I don't know, something changed. I think this thing it was really like the onset of those tabs, and oh boy, it was like the music started to feel too loud. So it's, or I needed a break, one of the two, or maybe both. So I just was like, let me turn it down a bit or whatever, and then I just ended up taking the earbuds out of my ear. It was just like, I've had enough of this, all this boom, 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 high 120 to 140 BPM, banging in my ears for probably the last few hours while I was in that vibe. I had also did some partying the night before too. I don't even want to get into that. It might be a story for another day. So I wasn't in the best shape, and I just tried out this tab that my friend had gave to me. People I was hanging around with at the time, which were not good for me, and it was just people who were immediately available to me, in my immediate vicinity or in my environment, my neighborhood. So I took one of those tabs just for whatever. Yeah, he says, yeah, try it, man. You'll like it. It'll be fun. So I did so. So about 20 minutes, after vibing out of my house for a couple hours, and just the same in the house too, I'm blasting. I got the headphones in, and I'm blasting these beats, So basically, I take the earbuds out. I just started, I guess, feeling like a little bit overwhelmed. I just like the onset of some point of this vibe. I guess I didn't really. It didn't sit right with me. So I took out the music, and as you can hear, as you heard at first, especially, the cars are going by, and it's like super loud. And when you're on certain things, it's like it enhances everything, So it's like super loud, man. And then the cars were, the music's too loud. Oh, the cars are too loud. then the lights are too bright. So I start, tripping out a little bit. What is this? What's happening to me? So I wasn't in a good spot. So I didn't really know what to do. And then it dawned on me as well. It's 1:30 in the morning at this point, and you're not even allowed to be in the park after 11 or something like that, right? So I basically, I don't know, that just kind of hit me in a bit of a paranoid fashion, It was just kind of like, oh wow, like I shouldn't be here at all, I should just get out of here. So I grab all my stuff, I put my joint out, and I just start walking out of the park back towards my apartment. Music's too loud. The cars on the highway is too loud. The lights in the park are too bright. Nothing's going right. It rhymes. So yeah, I start making my way out of the park. I think to myself, I think I should go home. Maybe I should just go back inside where it's safe, where I'm not I'm not out here past the park curfew and all that. So I didn't want any problems. I didn't want any more buzz kills or any more distractions or unnecessary interactions with public security or whatever. So I'm walking across the street. Apartments, just like when you walk out of the park, you're at the back of the apartments on the opposite side of the street from mine. So I walk through the back of these apartments. I start crossing the street to walk towards the back of my apartment with the back door and run upstairs. And there's a reason I say run. So I'm crossing the street, and there's two people on the sidewalk on the side of my building, and they're walking up the street. So I don't really think anything of it. I start walking along the side of the building, and but once the people passed the corner to the side of the building, I started hearing their voices, Their voices felt like they were getting closer. I felt like they were walking after me because I was hearing the voice more and more, and I thought they were coming in my direction. And remember, I'm in a messed up state of mind, taking these mystery tabs. I think it was like Homer Simpson or something. That's kind of how I felt. I felt like a cartoon or something. So I'm walking down the side of the building towards the back. The two people that were walking down the sidewalk past the corner, I start hearing their voices, and I don't even look back. I just think to myself, oh, they're walking towards me, and I feel awkward. I feel like I'm tripping out a little bit. Let me get out of here, It's like, I didn't know. I was just not in a good place, I was kind of like tripping, so I start running behind the building towards the door, put the key in, close the door, run upstairs to my place. I opened the door to my place. It's pitch dark in my place. I turned all the lights off, because I was having my little vibe before I left. So I didn't like this feeling anymore, Really didn't like this feeling. So basically, I walk in my place. It's all dark. I'm just thinking to myself, I don't want to feel like this no more, man. This is no bueno. No bueno. So I think to myself, what do I do? What do I do, man? So I think one of the main thoughts I had was jump in the shower. Shower's nice, relaxing. Water's natural. Water's good for you, Water makes you feel like guess back to it's one of the elements. You can't go wrong with water, especially when you can make it nice and warm. You can tune your temperature to your own desire. So I figure I gotta get rid of this feeling, man. This is no good. And I remember at one point I actually skipped this. My bad. So right when I walked in, I was kind of like, do I jump off the balcony? Like, words can't express how I felt. Also, another thing, as I was walking out of the park, I almost hit call to call my friend who had given me the tab, and then I thought to myself, what can he do for me? Calling him and letting him in on my panic, that doesn't help anybody, that doesn't solve anything. What is he gonna do for me? What's he gonna suggest? This guy was like 7-8 years younger than me, so it's not gonna solve anything. There's no solution there. So I resisted. I said, I'm just probably gonna freak myself out even more, So I didn't even bother with that. So when I walked in my place, the first thought I had was like, I guess, you ever heard those mysteries? People do some kind of drugs, maybe the first time or after so many times, they just have a bad reaction and they jump off a building. I don't know, man. Crazy stuff, you never know. These substances can be very dangerous, They could throw you off in the deep end and you don't even know how to react. You don't know how to come back from it. So basically that was one of my thoughts. That's how you know I was in a really bad place. I was like, do I just jump off the balcony? Like, I can't deal with this no more. This feeling is terrible. So I had the idea of the elements, hey, what about the water? I'll just jump in the shower and maybe, cool myself down, heat myself up, whatever. I played around with the temperature a little bit when I was in there. I find the shower was helping a little bit, but I couldn't stay in there the whole time, and I was still kind of like, what's happening to me? Like, what is this vibe? Who enjoys this? It's not fun, man. Not fun. Don't take those tabs. No Homer Simpson. Only watch him. Don't. No. You see a sheet with Homer Simpson, run the other way. So I get out of the shower and I just think to myself, like, I'm just turning off all the lights. Everything's overstimulating me, freaking me out. So I think to myself, I'm just gonna turn off the lights, go to bed, lay my head to rest, hope for the best. But this was, a special occasion. So I remember I felt so bad that I was, bad tripping. I was, just not a fun experience, So turn off all the lights. It's too much information. I just need pitch dark so I could relax my mind. I could, try to relax I was breathing hard, it was like heavy breathing, anxiety. I didn't feel good at all. So that's what came to me. Turn off the lights, lay down. I remember thinking to myself, like it was last night, I had this thought. If I go to bed and I wake up in the morning and I'm still normal, like if I go to bed, if I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm okay, thank God. I had thoughts that I'll never be the same again. Is this ever gonna go away? How long does this last? It's just such a terrible experience. So I had these thoughts, I think the Most High came through for me, like he always does. All praises. So I laid there for maybe 2 or 3 hours. I could tell I was just laying there and I was thinking, think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts. Just don't entertain anything negative. Don't entertain anything that's going to make you panic even more. So I think eventually, I fell asleep. I woke up at some time in the morning. Gratitude was the attitude, my friend. Wow. I was so grateful to just wake up and be normal and just get rid of that feeling and, get some food in me and just relax and watch some, get on the tube, entertain myself and just get through the lingering of this feeling, So basically, I was so grateful. I asking God, please just let me fall asleep and just wake up normal. Let me just, please, I hope I could just go to sleep and just not be permanently damaged or affected by this, for the rest of my life. Who knows, maybe I am. So, I woke up. Oh man, I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, basically, that's that. Man, there's a camera right there. Didn't even notice it. Whatever. Not up to anything. Nothing to see here. Wait. Oh, I think it's past 11. Deja vu. No public security around. I'm cool. So, yeah. That was crazy. I highly recommend you never try that stuff. I remember I was so happy. I was just lying there, thinking of, I think, The Lion King, and they're, how does that song go again? Yeah, I was just, humming the Lion King songs in my head and just think happy thoughts. And I thank God that I woke up, I was normal, I got through that experience. And let me tell you, never tried that again. The thought is never crossed my mind. I'm done with that, just like I'm done with Mary Jane. Day 7. I'm gonna make it to heaven. Peace, love, health, wealth, prosperity, abundance. I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. And I hope I'll be feeling great. I'm out. Later.